Whether you love him or hate him, there isn't a Jeremy Clarkson show that isn't interesting, and that's undeniable. Having hosted the classic shows Top Gear and the Grand Tour, Jeremy cemented himself as a British TV staple for his dark humor, despite the many controversies he's attracted because of it. While Jeremy's most recent show, Clarkson's Farm, is different from everything we're used to seeing him doing on TV, the show has achieved such record-breaking success that it's impossible to ignore. However, will the show's future be cut short due to Jeremy's controversial opinions? Sometimes actions. What's this new show about? And what happened to the previous ones? What about Jeremy's health and his recent controversies? Keep with us to learn more. The always influential writer-turned-TV star Jeremy Clarkson is actually going great guns these days with his show, Clarkson's Farm. The show premiered on Amazon Prime Video in 2021 and has been breaking its own ratings records ever since. It came several years after Jeremy and his former co-hosts parted ways with Top Gear and were already focused on the Grand Tour. Since the latter show ended in 2024, Jeremy's choice to promote a self-titled show was wise. Clarkson's Farm strengthened his personal brand in connection with the Amazon-powered entertainment platform and resulted in millions of people increasingly tuning in the show, season after season since 2021, becoming so successful that Amazon Prime renewed it for a fifth season before the fourth one had even aired in early 2024. It isn't surprising that Clarkson's Farm has had its fair share of celebrity guests, such as Aussie F1 racing driver Oscar Piastri. While Clarkson's Farm doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, it's not the same for Jeremy. During the third season of the show, it was revealed that he was suffering from severe health problems, on top of getting into controversy while going against an ongoing farm taxing law, which he considers would potentially affect his business. Even though Jeremy Clarkson's TV career is going along as strongly as ever, the same can't be said about his lifestyle and health. In the Sunday Times column of October 2024, Jeremy revealed that he had recently gone through stent surgery to save his life. The first signs that something wasn't quite right with Jeremy became evident during a trip to the Indian Ocean late in 2023. He started suffering from sudden and shocking health limitations, such as not being able to swim or walk downstairs without help. These were concerning signs for the then 64-year-old Jeremy, who was used to swimming and doing everything on his own, as he wrote in his column. According to Jeremy, all of those issues manifested themselves in one day. Yet he didn't think something was wrong until he experienced more issues doing farm work back home. After feeling pins and needles in his left arm, Jeremy went to the hospital and was informed that he had a blocked artery. At that point, he was days away from seeing his heart conditions worsen. Thus, a stent procedure was conducted to save his life. The surgery alone wasn't the hardest part for Jeremy, but staying away from alcohol, having to exercise regularly, and adopting a healthy diet were some of the necessary changes in his life that he had no option but to follow. So you're missing out if you aren't up to date with the latest Jeremy Clarkson show. Amazon Prime Video's Clarkson's Farm sees Jeremy and his entertaining cast giving their best to manage his diddly squat farm, located in the Cotswolds of southern England. Jeremy has owned the farm since 2008, but didn't work on it until his former manager retired around 2018. Thinking that the job would be simple, as he told BBC News, and no more than putting seeds in the ground and waiting for the food to grow, Jeremy took over the farm and found himself with a hard reality. Not only was farming extremely difficult and heartache-inducing, but also badly paid. Finding TV a great way to afford his farming operations, Jeremy and Amazon Prime began filming Clarkson's Farm in 2019. The show premiered 2 years later and quickly gained an ever-increasing audience, who didn't take long to understand what Jeremy meant when he said his new job was heartbreaking, almost literally. Some of those difficult decisions have to do with livestock, which Jeremy has had to put down himself, despite not feeling compelled to do so. The nuances of his farming business have seen Clarkson's Farm proven to be extremely entertaining and addictive. According to Deadline, the shows gathered 4.3 million viewers in only the second season, increasing to 5.1 million in the next one. However, Jeremy Clarkson is known not only for his success as a TV host, but also for getting himself into controversies over the years. It's no different with Clarkson's Farm, as Jeremy's interest in farming also prompted him to involve himself with issues related to the field, even if it brings him some backlash. Such a thing happened in 2024, when Jeremy announced his support for a rally against farming tax increases. The protest event found opposition from the UK's National Farmers Union, which found it inconvenient as it would cause a disruption to people's lives, which angered Jeremy. The real controversy came when he affirmed that the union was influenced by third parties and lashed out against protests for other causes, which in his opinion wouldn't have been perceived negatively. While Jeremy's controversial opinions are not everyone's cup of tea, there's no denying that these situations can translate into more popularity for his shows, whether intended or not. So what happened to Jeremy's previous shows? Now that he's involved in Clarkson's Farm and everything farm-related, it's fair to wonder if he's truly left his gearhead past behind. His time as a Top Gear host is what gained him the most fame and recognition, but it was cut short after he was fired from it for an alleged physical attack on the show's producer in 2015. Despite the situation and the backlash he had already faced on several occasions when he was accused of racism, Jeremy kept his stance about being politically incorrect and criticized the BBC for penalizing him because of it. Following his exit, his former co-hosts James May and Richard Hammond also resigned from the show, then passed on to star in the Grand Tour, which, just like their previous show, was focused on car-related stunts. The show lasted on air from 2016 to 2024, when its final episode, One for the Road, was released on Amazon Prime Video. Now, the question is whether Clarkson's Farm will be as successful and long-lasting as Jeremy's previous shows, or if he'll eventually go back to the automotive side of entertainment. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.